This is Digivision Network.
Hello everyone, welcome to another interesting edition of the Digivision Network with Byra Gabi. I am Gideon Tobleba.
This is Digivision Network.
If you want to stay informed with issues that has to do with ICT, business, lifestyle and innovation, your only option is to visit our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/Digivision Network, or you go to our website at www.digivisionnetwork.com, or better still, you follow us on all our social media handles displayed on your screen. On today's edition, we have a special report that borders around bank fraud or financial fraud as you may have it. It is rising on a daily basis and we need to know the cause and the solution. Don't leave your TV set today, because on our special report, we beam the light on it. And also, if you have heard of NFT before and you don't know what it means, you get to have complete idea of what it really means and how you can partake of it on the show today. Plus, an exclusive interview with the DG of NCC, Engineer Dr. Aliu Aziz, who is going to talk to us about what we should be expecting from NCC in the new year. These and many more we have for you on the show today. But before then, let's get to see what has been trending in the past week.
The Nigerian Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers has heaped praise on the leadership of the Nigerian Communications Commission for setting the pace of 5G deployment in Africa. The engineering body, in a statement signed by the outgoing national chairman, Engineer Kings Adeyemi, singled out Executive Vice Chairman Professor Umar Garba Dambata and the entire management staff of the Commission for the accolades. Engineer Kings noted that the remarkable landmark achievement was attained by NCC at a time when COVID-19 pandemic continued to force postponement of many highly anticipated 5G spectrum auction throughout the world. Commending the in-house professionals within the Commission for the choice of 3.5 to 3.6 GHz and 3.7 to 3.8 GHz, Engineer Adeyemi Kings noted that the frequency in the range of 3.3 to 4.2 GHz are being used as the basis for the first implementation of 5G globally. The IMF suggests central bank digital currencies like e-Naira are better bet than cryptocurrencies including Bitcoin. In a new statement, IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva says that CBDCs are gaining momentum after moving from theoretical to practical exploration. According to her, global central banks are committed to minimizing the detrimental effect of CBDCs on financial intermediation and credit provision. She further said the CBDCs we studied are not interest-bearing, which makes them useful but not as attractive as traditional bank deposits as vehicles for saving. In addition, the IMF has previously raised concern about crypto assets threatening financial stability and customer protection and eating into bank sector's market share. As part of the institution's global project, crypto regulations will be swept and synchronized. Intel has agreed to buy Tower Semiconductors for $5.4 billion, the company announced on Tuesday as it seeks to meet rampant demand for computer chips. Intel shares rose up by 1.8% on Tuesday, while Tower Semiconductors rose by 36.4%. The deal will give Intel a stronger foothold in specialty technologies in which Tower works, like radio frequency and industrial sensors. Intel also said Tower's existing production facilities are geographical complementary with a presence in the United States and Asia. And it's a continuation of Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger's strategy of making massive investments to boost production. Billionaire Elon Musk gave out 5.4 billion worth of Tesla shares to charity in November 2021. This is according to filing with the Security and Exchange Commission, stating that the donations were made between November 19th and November 29th last year. The donation occurred as the billionaire battled with Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren over the inequality of taxes and a potential wealth levy. It was during the same period that the director of United Nations Food Program, David Beasley, stated that billionaires like Elon Musk amass lots of wealth without caring about world hunger. Elon Musk, however, responded by saying he would sell Tesla stock if the United Nations could prove that it would help end world hunger. Based on the rate of the stock on the day it was donated, the gift was worth $5.7 billion, making it one of the largest donations in charity in history.
I am Bayero Agabi, welcoming you to this new ride, a digital ride that takes you into the lifestyle experience of innovation, tech impact, and new business frontiers. This is DG Vision Network. On a weekly basis, we keep you well informed of developments and trends. Now the tech ecosystem is impacting politics, business, public and private enterprise management, plus how the new digital life can transform your business. I am Bayero Agabi. Join us.
The Division Network with Bayero Agabi. I am Gideon Tobleba. On this show, on a weekly basis, we give you issues that borders around ICT, business, lifestyle, and innovation that you don't want to miss. So you go to our YouTube channel for more at www.youtube.com/DGVision Up next is our special report on financial fraud or banking fraud as you may have it. Have you been a victim before? If you haven't, well, I pray you don't, sincerely. But in this special report, we beam the light on what the causes are and how you can prevent yourself from falling a victim. Enjoy it.
To meet the need for financial inclusion, there has been a rapid expansion of new technologies and innovation which are helping to make it more economically viable for banks to reach the unbanked populations. Technology has leapfrogged from branch banking to e-banking and now mobile money, which has helped to create pockets of strength even among less financially inclusive countries. In Nigeria, usage of mobile-based payment system has increased due to wide access to mobile phones as payment form, both from the customer usage side and the acceptance side. A youthful population, increasing smartphone penetration, and a focused regulatory drive to increase financial inclusion and cashless payments are combining to create the perfect recipe for thriving fintech sector. But these variables have not just been drivers for financial inclusion alone. The increase in transaction processing, speed, and available channels come with an unfavorable side effect. More vectors for fraudulent activities. Digital reach of mobile-based payment system has increased due to wide access to mobile phones as PIN frauds.
In the past, the cash was actually physically in the banks. So practically on a daily basis, weekly basis, on weekends, for those who were monitoring that space in the past, you will have cases everywhere, north, south, east, and west, Lagos, Abuja, Owerri, Kaduna, where robbers are busting into banks everywhere to take cash from the vault. But you don't find that happening, on a wide scale anymore. Frauds have all migrated to the digital space. And studies have shown that the bulk of frauds are happening 90% and above on different channels. And how are they happening? They can be through phishing, simple phishing. So a lot of us will be receiving email messages from different sources announcing different things. And the fraudsters are also very smart. So they take advantage of current happenings in the economy, what is happening around.
According to the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System,
and how are they happening? They can be through phishing.
₦1 billion in loss.
Simple.
These figures, some within the banking sector believe are understated. Although fraudsters are the major bane in this situation, most bank fraud happen with the collaboration of someone from the inside, a staff of the bank or a staff of an organization whose business accounts is being targeted.
What's new? There are of two categories. You have the intentional insider threat and you have the unintentional insider threat. The intentional insider threat is when a malicious actor within the financial institution consciously works with a syndicate to carry out crime in the bank financially or through any existing channels. And this is a commonplace globally, you understand? The trends we see in this is actually when it comes to large scale attacks against financial institutions and against customer data. You understand? Most insider threats are caused by the insider supplying third party with customers' information, critical information, such as their PIN, their token, Even their date of birth is actually, as we see new technologies evolve, your date of birth is actually very, very critical information. Most people don't know, you understand, because you still have part of the trends in cybercrime now against in the financial services industry. You see new technologies bringing social pay. I know we have Facebook, they've announced their payment services, WhatsApp Pay, it has taken off in India. I think more of our concern should also be when these services come into our country, what are the policies that are going to be controlling these services, you understand?
Although the insider in almost all cases is not the originator of the bank fraud, he or she plays a significant role in the operation.
Compliance also has to cut across every organization or business legal entity that is holding customer transactional data. Compliance when it comes to standards, compliance when it comes to PCI DSS, compliance when it comes to technical controls, operational controls, security controls you have in place to ensure that customer data is secure. Compliance also when it comes to innovative and emerging technologies that helps you stop cybercrime, such as unified endpoints that gives you anomaly detection.
The lack of willingness of banks and regulators to invest in understanding the risk landscape, assessments, policies, procedures, and controls would continue to result in knowledge gap that serve as a broad highway for fraudsters to walk into Nigerian banking system.
This is DG Vision Network.
That was our special report on financial or bank fraud, as you may call it. Now let us look at NFT. What is NFT? How can you benefit from it? Enjoy this special package put together by Princely Mamadu.
Hello everyone, I'm Princely Mamadu, and today I'm going to be telling you about NFT. Now, chances are you've heard of the word NFT, but you don't understand what it means. So I'm going to be helping you understand the concept of NFT. Now, NFT came around in 2014, but it wasn't until 2021 this novel technology became mainstream and disrupted the world of arts and industries beyond. Now, NFT stands for non-fungible token, and non-fungible means something that cannot be exchanged with another because it's unique. Take, for example, a piece of art. A piece of art is unique, so you can't exchange it for another because they are different. Like, for example, the Mona Lisa painting. Now, fungible, on the other hand, means something that can be exchanged. For example, you can trade one Bitcoin for another and still get the exact same Bitcoin. So what exactly is NFT? NFTs are tokens that live on a blockchain that represents ownership of a unique item. So why is this helpful? Well, tracking who owns a digital file is tricky because it can be copied and distributed easily. So how can you prove who's the original owner when everyone has an identical copy of the file? NFT solves this problem. Imagine you made a JPEG piece of art on your computer. You can create or mint an NFT out of this. The NFT that represents your art contains a bit of information about it, such as a unique fingerprint of a file, a token name, and symbol. This token is then stored on a blockchain, and you, the artist, becomes the owner. Now you can sell that token by creating a transaction on a blockchain. The blockchain makes sure this information can never be tampered with. It also allows you to track who is the current owner of the token and how much it has been sold in the past. It's important to note that the artwork itself is not stored within the NFT or blockchain. It's only its attributes such as fingerprint, hash of the file, or token name and symbol. Now, here is where things get complicated. When you buy an NFT that represents an artwork, you do not actually get a physical copy of it. Everybody can still download a free copy of it. The NFT only represents ownership, and that is recorded in a blockchain, so nobody can tamper with it. Some say NFT gives you digital bragging rights. Aside from digital art, NFT can also be used to sell concert tickets, domain names, rare in-games items, real estate, and basically anything that is unique and needs proof of ownership. For example, the owner of Twitter sold his first tweet as an NFT. Anyone can see the tweet on his profile, but only one person can own it, and that person paid over $2.9 million for it. And here's another important thing to note: the value or price of an NFT depends on the demand and how much one is willing to pay for it. An NFT can even be programmed to give royalties to the creator anytime it exchanges hands. There you have it. I hope you have a better understanding of what NFTs are. Next time I'll be telling you some interesting trends in NFT in 2022 and also how you can make money out of NFTs. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel www.youtube.com/DGVisionNetwork.
This is AIT Infotech Network, reaching you from Freetown in Sierra Leone,
Accra, the Ghanaian capital.
Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, Johannesburg in South Africa,
we are in Cairo in Egypt,
Tunis, the financial capital,
Cape Town in South Africa,
reaching you from Dubai, Hanover in Germany,
live from Chicago, Las Vegas in the United States of America. Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. We are in Beijing, China.
In London, England.
You're still watching DG Vision Network with Baragabi. You can join us on our social media handles displayed on your screen, or you visit our website at www.dgvisionnetwork.com for more. Up next is our guest of the week, and it's no other person than the DG of NCC. That is talking about Engineer Dr. Ali Aziz. He's going to be talking to us about what we should be expecting from the agency in the year 2022. Enjoy this conversation.
As you know, our mandate is to enroll everyone and issue them with a unique identification called the national identification number. And so far, before last year, we enrolled more than 42 million records. But with our movement from Presidency to Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy under the able leadership of Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, then the introduction of the SIM-NIN linkage, then the data collection astronomically grew from that 42 million to more than 70 million last year, and also that we were able to also commence enrollment using third parties, and that helps a lot to move into the nooks and crannies. But compared to the absolute population, we still have a far cry, and we believe that probably this year, if the World Bank funding also commences in earnest, then it means that we should be able to enroll the whole population before the year runs out. NCC is on as of now. We have less than 1,000 enrollment centers nationwide, with also epileptic equipment that we bought way back in 2013. So the whole idea is to privatize the data collection. The data collection is very easy. Is to privatize it and have the private sector to capture the data, and then the government will hold the data at the back end and then provide it for the digital identity. So the World Bank funding is to help the government in the tune of $430 million, so that we can enroll the whole citizen, because the way we were doing it before, we wouldn't have enrolled the whole population within a shortest period of time. Well, right now that we are in the digital economy, and then it is also realized that data is the foundation, that for the digital economy to flourish, the citizen needs a smartphone. The citizen also needs internet and broadband to really interact. But also you need the identity of those people that are using the infrastructure. Therefore, that is where this data is. So the identity data is like the foundation of the digital economy. Therefore, the resources from the ministry, and also including what NCC already has, are being utilized, and also that we also require to in the first place, the most important resource, as you know, is the people. Then you need the processes, and also you need the technology. Some of our system are old system, but also when we moved to the ministry, the government have approved 25 billion infrastructure upgrade of our system, which we are following up to make sure that it happens this first quarter of 2022. So with that, we believe that we should be able to, before the World Bank program commences, then we believe that all this help that we get, not only from government, but also some of the telecom companies, financial institutions are also working hand in hand with NCC to make sure that those things happen. Yeah, well, as you know, from the beginning of NCC, that almost our most important core function, which is enrolling the citizen from the hinterland, and then sending the data to the back end, then the data being processed and a NIN generated and sent back to the citizen, has been automated, and it is in digital form. And way back since 2013, we have been certified on the ISO 27001 on the information security, which every year we go through the process of renewing it. Therefore, and updating the information that we have, the learning that we have. So it's just to be sure that the system is in digital form. It allows also for verification that when the citizen goes to any service provider, whether public or private, that they should be able to access our system digitally. That has been on since 2016 and is being improved, that we need to do more on the upgrading the system to now take care of the size of the database, and also to improve on whatever that are new things that comes up to do with security. As you know, security is not an absolute thing, it's keep on changing. And also, being Nigerians too, we also learned from our fellow Nigerians because of the wayo that people have, that is much more even sometimes far greater than the technology itself. So we are very much on ground on that. Well, someone alleges that he was able to have access to Amazon Web Services, which is on the cloud, that and it has to do with some digital identities. So, and immediately the social media thought that it is Nigeria's system, and therefore we came out to say that no, it is, first of all, we don't put our things on Amazon. And by the way, that I want to also assure you that things on the Amazon Web Services are also very, very, very secure. So maybe the people that are talking about is like 10 years ago that it was not, that you can easily breach it. Even that system is very, very secure. But on our own, we don't even put our things on the cloud because of the issues of sovereignty. So it has to be, even the cloud have to be locally made within us here. So, and the information that they were referring to does not relate to us at all. And even the person that did so also came out to clarify that it has nothing to do with the Nigerian system. So there will be always this kind of information and when you live in the digital era. But as I told you that we are also very, very typical Nigerians, and we understand those wayo, and we have people that are always trying to hack the system to tell us where we need to improve the system. And that is the importance of having all those certifications too. Our key roadmap have always remained the same, that we want to enroll every citizen or legal resident that is in the soil of Nigeria. We believe that we are more than 200 million. We have a long way to go, and that is the goal. And we have help from our great minister. We have help from the government. We have understanding of the financial sector. We have understanding of telecommunications sector, and also we work with all our donor partners. The goal is to enroll everyone, and also we want the citizens to also come out en masse to enroll, because they need their digital identity so that the government will know them, will understand them, will be able to also help when they have problems.
This is DG Vision Network.
That was Engineer Aliu Aziz, the PG of NCC, who has been talking for us about what we should be expecting from the agency in this new year. They have been trying, and we really want them to do more so that data can be safer and more accessible in the country. On this note, we end the show for today. My name remains Gideon Tublaba. Join us again next week for another interesting edition. Until then, stay out of trouble and be safe.